Hi guys, episode number 20. Today it's about interview. The first interview I did during that trip was the Purple Dog. It was the owner of the Purple Dogs. That's an apartment hotel. Full kitchen, beautiful living room, bedroom, balcony, and very good location too. It was like 25 meters from the cathedral. And we had a grocery store the other side of the street, full of restaurant, and we were spoiled. Even the breakfast was amazing. Everything was fresh and good. And because we were so spoiled, and the decor and the location, everything was so perfect that I really wanted to know who was the owner, and the idea behind Purple Dog. We arrived at 11 o'clock on time. And we were leaving at 1 o'clock, that we had enough time. I had some questions that I reviewed with him because I like to do a small preparation. It was easy with Lorenzo because he was very natural, very easy, but you don't know that before you meet the person. And I wanted to make sure that I knew that we didn't have a lot of time, and I wanted to make sure that we just understand each other. And we went through the question, so generous of his time on a Sunday to come and do the interview with us. And he answered the question. He spoke about why and the idea about Purple Dog, and he spoke a bit about Leon and Spain. And it was a very interesting interview. I used a 5D Mark III because I wanted to make sure that everything was perfect. I used the mic and I adjust the focus. I took a picture at the beginning to make sure that the focus was perfect, directly on the subject. I went at 1/50 of a second for the shutter speed because I was at 24 frame. I wanted to have that cinematic kind of HD. And I adjust the aperture to go with that, and the ISO to go with that. You will see that you have a different, the light is changing, and the reason is because the apartment has a lot of windows, and it was a sunny cloud kind of day, and I didn't want to stop the interview to adjust the exposure. It was comfortable, it was a great interview, it was at ease. I didn't want to disrupt it. And that's something that I learned. When you do an interview, if the exposure is not perfect, but if your subject is at ease and you have a good interview, the subject and the message are there. That's all you need. Next one will be in Lisbon, at the Irish pub. And that will be the same thing, a small interview. And I'll explain just before the interview why I did it and the way I did it. Till then, keep shooting, and we'll leave this place to Lorenzo to speak about his beautiful place and his beautiful city. Thank you, Lorenzo, for your time. Ciao.
Okay, my name is Lorenzo Rodriguez. I work in Purple Dog for 3 years. We started with this 3 years ago, and we love this. The idea came because I have been working all around in Barcelona, in other sector, and Leon is a small town with a lot of tourists. And we want to give another way, a new idea of hotel. And this is in the downtown, in the core of the city. And the people come stay at home, okay? A little apartment in the core, we think that is the best. Now to have a lot of space, common in the hall over there, and all in your suite. And this is the idea. The furniture is from my wife. My wife loved spend the time looking for things, and every day is going around Spain and over there looking details and different things. And she's a lawyer, is another profession, and all the time spent loving purple dog, and the passion is the secret of this. Okay.
And the dog, why?
The purple was the first word of my little child. Okay, and after we saw the dog in a shop, and the idea came because the dog is wonderful, and the color link with the first word of my son, and that's all. This Rodrigo is the name of my child, and it's the reason of the name.
And is this, how old is he?
He's 10 years old. Yeah.
And where are you from?
I'm from Astorga. Astorga is a village close to León, 40 kilometers far away. But I live here all my life. When I was 6, I came here, and the best is to be at home. And this is the reason, because we have work in our town. We can travel around, but the work here with the family. Purple Dog is just in the middle of the most famous places for take tapas, and where you can find restaurants in León. At one side, Purple is in the main pedestrian street of León. On the right side you can find the famous Húmedo, Barrio Húmedo, all full of bars and full of restaurants. And at the other side, romantic, okay? The Barrio Romántico in Español. And you can find all what you want for about the restaurants, bars, what you want. And the most I recommend you here, close to here, Zuloaga restaurant is very nice places, just around the corner. And you can find crossing the road, Trastienda del 13 is another nice place, because we are 25 meters to the cathedral, and all around the cathedral you can find the tourist places, but here all the bars and the restaurants don't take the way of a typical tourist place, are local places. And you can find Japanese meal or cuisine or what you want, okay? León is nice, it's very nice for take around and take a wine. When you take a beer or a wine, they give you free with the wine or with the beer a tapa. And if you take 2 or 3 beers, your meal is free. It's the secret of León. And you enjoy changing from one to other, you know, and you can take a look in one place and ask for a ración. Ración is a dish of meal with the wine, and you can eat a little more if you go with more people, okay? But the tapas are really wonderful, are big, and you don't need to ask for anything to eat.
And your favorite wine?
The wine. Oh, the wine in Spain is... I can't ask about wine one or other, because Rioja is a famous area of wine, and it's close, it's Logroño, 300 kilometers, and we have here all Rioja wines. And another very interesting place of the Spanish wine is Ribera del Duero. It's close to Valladolid. The two areas have a different, a little difference, okay? One take more wood, and the other is more fine, but both are wonderful. I can recommend you from Rioja, Ramon Bilbao. It's very good wine, very good price. And from the other, from Ribera del Duero, Protos is very good. But you can choose what you want, because the worst is wonderful wine. We can recommend to all the people came to León to know the best cathedral of the Gothic. I love the Gothic time because it's a secret, it's wonderful. If you explore a little around, you discover wonderful things, okay? And one of the most wonderful Gothic constructions are the León Cathedral, and it's close. And León is a small town where you can find love with the people, and it's a quiet places, and you will discover very, very interesting things. And it's not a famous city, but it's very, very nice to know it. It's in the middle of Camino de Santiago. You can find a lot of pilgrims, and the way of life is nice, the style of life in León. And Purple Dog is just in the middle of the city, and it's a new style of where you can stay like at home, okay? And just to say hi to Canadian people, because I love you.